What's going on, Juneteenth family?
I have to take the lead because if I don't now, when will I do it?
These are all dance groups mixes from since the 90s.
And risks are important. Risk creates results.
Make sure that you surround yourself with not only the word, but with positivity.
Foremost for having me on for lunch and learn.
We start off by wearing all of the hats. Pun intended right there.
But we start special needs children and civilians. I have over 30 years plus experience as a quality professional.
We basically reconstructing what we took part in deconstruct. All the street maintenance. That's how we came up with street maintenance.
I almost had to deal with MCA Records at the age of 19.
Wait I also partner with other daycares. We're not in a competition yet. We're not in a competition.
What's going on, Juneteenth family? Welcome to another edition of the Lunch and Learn session, Women's History Month. I am your host, Kiara, aka Ambi, and today is another special episode. This person is near and dear to my heart. I am excited to bring a client turned friend to the stage. I'm talking about Shaquasia Quay Brooks, okay? Let me give you a little bit of backstory about Quay. Known as a dynamic author, she's a content creator, she's a boss, she's a mom. She is the writer behind the inspirational book, The Joy of My Pain. This book is just captivating in just the spirit of being a woman. I want to talk to her about all of that today. She has her amazing platform, Are You Starstruck? I'm a little starstruck today because I'm excited to talk to her. Can we please bring Quay up to the stage?
Hello.
What's going on? Good afternoon. How you doing?
Hello.
I'm excited.
So excited to be here.
Listen, I'm excited to have you here. As I said, just a little backstory of our history. I met Quay some years back, and she hired me to do an event for her. And most loyal client I've had, like ever. She always calls me for everything, and we just continue to build a relationship, which turned into a friendship. So to have you here today, to shine a light on your amazingness, I'm happy to have you.
Thank you for
before we jump into, because I got my book on deck. Okay, I got my book on deck. We gonna dig into it.
You contributed too. Don't forget that.
Oh, we gonna get to that. Just a little bit of your background and how do we get the Quay that we sitting across from today?
Lord, it's crazy because I've been actually in entertainment for 18 years now. And a lot of people don't know that. I've literally started when I was 18. I was in this brownstone owned by Dougie Fresh, and he lived next door, but he had brownstones on the block, and there was one that he used for an office, and I was an intern there. And I would sleep there sometimes, and I would just I was ongoing because I was so hungry to learn the industry. So from there, I just did a bunch of different things in entertainment, everything you could possibly think, like public relations, management, different things like that. Now, 18 years later, I host and stuff, but it's just crazy because a lot of people don't know that I've been doing it for so long. So it's I'm still kind of up and coming to some, and it's fine. I just, I stay humble and I just do what I have to do, but I've been doing it for a really long time.
Gracefully. I did last night. I was going through your Instagram page and I was going down and I said, nah, Quay know everybody. First of all, she knows done met everybody. She done had little combos, and you know, you got the combos play. She been in the game for a while.
Brag about it. I don't say nothing.
Oh, let's talk about it today. We got radio experience. You got like I wanna jump back to, you know, those days of, you know, just like you said, the come up in entertainment, and entertainment as a woman is a different ball game than what men experience in entertainment. And you know, sometimes it's a disadvantage as a woman because we are women, so it's looked in a certain way. How have you grown within your different roles in entertainment, and what are some of the things that you would say that you learned, you know, some experience that taught you the most valuable lessons in entertainment?
For me, I learned to not really take things personal. Because if I inquired to, you know, with somebody maybe for a project or to maybe work with one of their clients or something like that, and they would say no, I would get offended. Like I'd be like, really? Like, why not? You know? Um, but you keep trying. Like there's been plenty of projects I've worked on where I didn't necessarily get a yes in the beginning, or they may have not even responded.
Mhm.
And I followed up and followed up and followed up. And that's been some of like my biggest things. And I followed up, and it might have just been a misunderstanding. Maybe they missed an email. Like you never know. So it's like you keep trying and you keep going at it. And even if you do get a no, it's a no for right now, but
Yep.
then you keep trying and you know you build your work up. Because even now, me being 18 years in and I'm doing interviews, I still get denied interviews, get denied access to certain events because I'm not, you know, on the level that they may deem worthy to do
Right.
certain things.
Right.
But now I don't get offended. I just tell myself, okay, that makes me work harder. I gotta work harder. So that's honestly been my motivation recently. Just working harder and, you know, getting my work up because I'm still not there yet.
Well, I ain't gonna say you're not there yet, but it's constantly, like you said, we have to constantly show up. We gotta constantly prove ourselves. We have to, you know, consistent. And it's a level of persistence that gets you the yes that you deserve. So I commend you on that, and you know, just continuing in your journey, and not letting those no's deter you and saying, you know, well, maybe it's not for me. You know, maybe that situation wasn't for me, but next one will be. So that's, you know, that's something that's amazing. I want to talk about film. Unacceptable love. Like
Yeah.
you gotta like when I tell y'all she has an extensive background. I mean, like, you know, this, she done did that, but she's had film. She like, can you tell us a little bit about that? And where did you come up with this concept to create a film and to star in the film, and you know, the whole storyline of that?
Unacceptable Love. I shot it in 2018, I believe. And even with that, Unacceptable Love, before I shot it in 2018, that was a thought I had years prior. It just took me a while. And with that, it was through personal experience because, like you said earlier, women, they go through different things, especially in entertainment, than men. A lot of times in entertainment with women, it's all about how you look, right? So with me coming up in this entertainment industry, I am this plus size woman, okay? I am dark skinned, okay? So
All right, you see the beauty.
I am dark skinned, I am plus size. Already that's two strikes down from being in entertainment, right? So now I'm doing all these things, but again, I'm not gaining access to certain things because just of how I look,
Yeah.
right? And then you have the dating world. Sometimes men don't like plus size women, men don't like dark skinned women. So I just wanted to make this story that was relatable because some don't like it, but some do like it.
Yeah.
And I would always see things like I would hear where if somebody was with someone like a plus size woman might be with an attractive man, automatically people would think, oh, she must be tricking on him. She must be, why can't he just like her? Like, so yeah, so that's what made me write the story Unacceptable Love. I came up with the idea, a plus size fashion stylist. Um that one of the models, she's on set and one of the handsome models falls in love with her because again people think that could never happen. I played the main character because who other than me is going to play the character? And it was bigger than I thought, and it's crazy because we launched it 2018, now 2024. People still ask me like, when are you going to make it a series? Like, are you going to bring it back? And I'm just like, but yeah, it's very, very relatable. And I see things now that are similar to Unacceptable Love. That's another kind of downfall because when you're in this industry, you have a lot of ideas, but if you don't execute in a timely fashion, you might see something that you thought about someone else doing. And that doesn't mean they stole it from you. They might not even know you, but ideas just circulate. So now I see things similar to Unacceptable Love, but there's only one.
Come on now, and I like that you brought light to the fact that sometimes when we do feel like we sit on ideas and we see somebody else doing it, or something that we could have took to another level had we continued with it. It's like it can be a lot discouraging. I was gonna say a little discouraging, but it can discourage you a lot because it's like, dang, did I miss my chance? Did I should have been that. I could have, had this whole series. I could have had this, but it's like it's always God's time, and I'll say that for sure.
And not to cut you off, MBG, because you was there. Never forget, Unacceptable Love had the billboard in Times Square, and we had the sold out screening in SOBs. Okay.
Then what happened? Okay, I just as Quay said, billboard, okay, on 42nd Street. I'm talking about 42nd Street prior to the pandemic when it was still the lights and the bright and everybody was still outside over there. Okay, the premiere was at SOBs. I was on the set live. I see
yes.
Star-studded building of all the guests that was there. So amazing experience altogether. And I know putting together a film is so detailed, and just very time consuming. So I know that your casting and the people that you collaborated with on that film, it was handpicked and chosen correctly. Like everybody, I feel like everybody that played the role, they played it in a great manner. So if you haven't seen Unacceptable Love,
I'm gonna re-release it just because of you.
Say, Quay, you gotta tell them where they can see it. You gotta put it up somewhere.
I'm gonna re-release it, yeah, because I have it sitting. I'm gonna re-release it because there's a lot of people that don't know about Unacceptable Love.
That could bring traction right back, and boom, now we back. Now we got Unacceptable Love too coming up.
You about to get your EP credit, MBG.
You heard it first here. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about the business and are you starstruck and Convos with Quay and all of that, but my lap is burning because I got this right here in my lap.
Yes.
My pain. This is an amazing read, and just as somebody who's experienced motherhood, I'm currently experiencing it, and it's new. It's still new. My daughter will be 4 this year, but every day is a new day. So people that our moms, I know they're like, oh my God, these are our babies, but it's still something new every day. But the things that you talked about in this book, so relatable, so transparent, so real. I want you to tell us a little bit about the book and how did you come to the idea to even put this together?
With the joy of my pain, my I had a very difficult pregnancy, and difficult in the sense of mentally. Physically, I actually had the best pregnancy I've heard about because I didn't have any morning sickness, none of that. Like I had a very good pregnancy physically, but mentally it was very difficult. I'll say that. So I would journal every day, just write about my experiences. I didn't have a good day today, stuff like that. And on social media, I would always go and see women, whether they were pregnant or just became new mothers, kind of glamorizing pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I know you because pregnancy and motherhood is beautiful, but it's very hard. And let's be clear, even if you're a single mom or you have a partner, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I just felt like I didn't see anything out there that was telling the truth. Well, it was my truth, but it's a lot of other women's truth too. I didn't see things out there at all. And I'm sure it's out there, but I didn't see anything that would tell me about, the difficult experiences mentally that you would go through and how you would feel, looking in the mirror and you gained weight and all this stuff. I didn't see that. And I felt like there should be a book that tells what it's really like. Again, my experience, and I just felt like there's a lot of other women that experience, similar things to me also, because everybody's pregnancy isn't great. It's not grand, it's not beautiful. Like it is what it is. So I just wanted to tell my story and share it with everyone else.
I love that. From the titles of the chapters, it gives a sense of, you have the news, you have it's all good, it's all for a good cause, state the facts, it's time, self-care practices, the P word everybody knows. What about family? Bump them kids, okay? And they're beautiful. I want to say that my favorite, I definitely love the self-care practice, of course, because we, in those experiences, right, we're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to still remain who we are, and we're trying to, at the same time, become this new person, and you have to kind of feel like you have it all together. You got to feel like you got the right answers. You got to feel like you know what to expect when you really don't, because we haven't been there yet.
Right.
So you say was the most beneficial practice for you during these times of like, okay, let me just cool out because I got to do this for me in order for me to get through this? How did you continue to push through as time went on?
It's 2 years later and I'm still struggling. But the most beneficial, that's a good question. The most beneficial, honestly, I would say probably was music.
Mm.
Like listening to music really, even before I had a child, when I was going through things, listening to music would always help me a lot. Um, so it's a lot of times that I just put on headphones and I just listen to music. And it depends on just the day because my music catalog, you'd be very, very shocked. Because you have the gospel, you have the R&B, you have the rap, but then it's like you just never know. I might throw on some Bee Gees, okay? Like it's just um yeah, so
Diversity, though, we need it.
yeah, so it's really music, and then I would also say therapy helped me a lot because it made me very it made me more aware because you can talk to your friends, and I have an amazing group of friends, including you, that I share things with, and I say, okay, I'm feeling like this today. But talking to someone unbiased is very helpful, because you can have the most honest friend, but your friends care about your feelings, and your friends might not say certain things. The therapist will say, like, this is what it is. Do you think that, you could have done this better? You could. So that made me more self aware. And when you become more self aware, then you do things differently, and you move differently, and you handle people accordingly. So those are the main things for me. And it's still, like I said, 2 years later, I'm still, struggling with different things, struggling on being a mother. So it's a journey.
Yes, it's always a journey. And what you saying, it just brought me to just the truth in friendship, and truth and value of somebody telling you how it is, not telling you what you want to hear, but telling you how it is, like telling you, giving you unbiased truth and giving you unbiased opinions brings value in so many different situations. And just as you said a few minutes ago, whether you're doing it as a single parent, or whether you're co-parenting, whether you're with your partner, motherhood is hard regardless. It's hard regardless. And it brings me to my favorite chapter, and which you sent me a little brief of it. I was like, where's the page, because I got to keep reading about the family. Just as you said, it's not, we see it, but it's almost normalized in a sense of like, oh yeah, single mom, or oh yeah, they broke up, or they co-parenting, but nobody really illuminates the fact that I don't think anybody plans for it to be that way. It's not planned for it to be that way, and it's not planned for things to not work out. But in the midst of trying to figure out motherhood, in the midst of trying to figure out a relationship, in the midst of trying to be a perfect example, quote unquote, you do want to have the ideal family of what that structure should look like. And oftentimes we don't have that as an example, so we try to we have to build it ourselves of what we want it to look like. And in reading that chapter, it
Right.
almost me to like real life tears of like, yeah, this is real, because this is something that needs to be talked about. And you
Yeah.
sharing your experience with co-parenting and things like that, I was like, oh nah, this is this brings it to another level.
Yeah.
How has sharing that helped in the process? Because I know sometimes saying things out loud, it's like, oh, you know what, I could have been a little bit nicer, or this could have went differently, just like you said, this could have went differently had this or this
Yeah.
happened. How has just writing about it and speaking on it helped you in ways of that?
Um, I think that chapter, that was probably, yeah, that was like that was the most hardest chapter for me to write, but also the easiest for me to write. And that was because it was the hardest for me to write, because one, it was me saying, okay, this is reality, like this is what it is. And also because a lot of people that read the book, including people really close to me, they didn't know that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because if you co-parent, right, and let's say you have a birthday party for your child, or you have something for your child, and you guys are there together, and if you're not posting your child's the child's parent on social media bashing them and all this stuff, people just automatically assume you're still together. So a lot of people that read that chapter was like surprised because they're like, oh, we thought you guys were still together. um, and it's so, it was something that I didn't want to talk about. I wrote it and I said, okay, this is going to be in a book because this is my reality. But it was something I didn't want to talk about because it was still fresh to me and it hurts me 2 years later. It still hurts me because it's not what I wanted. And it's not what I wanted in a sense that I wanted. But that's also why I said at the end, I will have a beautiful family dynamic and show my child that, you can have a beautiful family. It just won't necessarily be with his dad.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Like you can't give up. Some people give up because it didn't work with the father, and that's not fair to you. Like mothers deserve to be happy too. It just, you can't help it. It didn't work. You have to, move on eventually.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's the point.
It's hard, but
I thought that was, the most beautiful part, just like you said at the end and closing. It was like, but I accept this. I'm accepting of this, and I know that love is waiting for me. It's coming, and I'm welcoming it. In the sense that I'm open to it, and I feel like as women, that's something that we absolutely have to continue to do, even in ways that we don't realize that we close doors of like, oh, when you talk about things in a certain manner, that's the way you attract it. So when you flip, welcome in it, and you welcome, the love, and you welcome in new partnership and learning from certain mistakes. It's like, oh yeah, all right, cool. This didn't work out, but I'm going to take the best part of this and I'm going to add that value to the best part of me, and we're going to see what this next chapter is all about. So I love that. I love that for you. I love that for, us as women in general.
because the thing is, Ambi, people don't understand. People that, like, they may not have children or something like that. They don't understand the co-parenting dynamic is different from if you were in a relationship and you had,
Absolutely.
a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whatever, and then you guys say, oh, well, you know what, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to go on our own way. Like, you still have to see this individual, okay? So now you have to see this individual. You have to parent a human together. Or you may still going through the fields. And God forbid the kid looks like the individual.
Right.
So now you have to see the kid every day that looks like the individual. So it's hard. So yeah, it's not easy.
Constant reminders. Absolutely. For sure. But like I said, we getting through it, and the book is a testament to getting through it, to growing. And I love that. I don't want to excuse me, I don't want to spoil it and go through too much, but I'm telling y'all, this right here, this is a must. Okay, this is absolutely a must read. I want to you about, are you starstruck?
So,
I first of all, I love the title. How did you come up with the title for Are You Starstruck? And tell us a little bit about what contribution is to entertainment and how you put a spin on it with your own combos with Quay and things of that nature.
Uh-huh. Starstruck itself, as a brand has been a part of me for years. And it all started, I don't even remember the year, but it was a long time ago. It started where I saw this interview, and I'm pretty sure it was an interview with 50 Cent. And I remember him saying they were talking about like influencers out now. And I remember him saying, like, anybody can be a celebrity. Like, anybody, you can go out and, do some shenanigans. You could be a celebrity, but not everybody can be a star. So I took that and I was like, okay, I just came up with the Starstruck brand. And as far as are you starstruck, that brand with the website, I wanted to bring back things that I I, I want to say grew up with in entertainment. Like we used to have a site, guest of a guest, where they would literally list for you the popping events that was going on in New York. And these were events that you could definitely see celebrities at for sure. And that's what I want to bring back on my site. Um, I list a lot of different concerts and
Okay, okay. Look, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. We here. I gotta, I almost took it to the phone. Like,
I'm like, you think we on the phone?
okay. So I have to bring it up to date. I have to talk about Are You Starstruck? Doing some amazing things. How is this platform and entertainment different from others? How are you bringing the flavor? Because I know you got the flavor. And what is your vision for this? And I know you got the convos with Quay. Give me a vision on all of this and how your amazingness shines bright.
Okay, so the vision with areyoustarstruck.com, I more so wanted to go back. Okay, when I first got into the industry, they had certain sites. Like they had sites where you could literally look on that site, and it would tell you what was going on in the city, what were spots that you might see celebrities, stuff like that. So on areyoustarstruck.com, I have an event section where I'll let you know, like, okay, this is what's coming up. You should go here, whatever the case may be. I miss the sites that used to have giveaways. They used to give concert tickets away, all this stuff. You don't see that no more. Areyoustarstruck.com. I will be doing giveaways. I've started already. I give away whether it's to an event, items, whatever the case may be. And
Mhm.
also, most sites now, they just mostly report on gossip. Like they
Yep.
just, which I'm not going to be doing on areyoustarstruck.com. So I'm not going to be reporting on gossip. I'll read it, but I don't want to write about anybody what they got going
Yeah.
on. So, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I will
Now that's
also, like, I just want to highlight, on Are You Starstruck? Like, I just want to highlight, I feel like people's positives, like positive things going on in their lives, positive things going on in their careers, as opposed to bringing people down when they have, things going on.
absolutely, and it's a nostalgic feel to it because, just like you said, back in the day, our content was different. You was actually getting content that you could receive that information, and it wasn't just like you said, gossip, or it wasn't
Right.
bash trolling, or was it, any of
Yeah.
those things. Actually valuable information. You learn something by reading an interview that somebody did. You learn something about, oh, this person is dropping it, they have this coming up, or this is launching. So that being included in your vision is just what I feel is missing, in entertainment. I think that when we kind of forget that, and I talk to my friends about it often, when I say, like, I don't really got time to talk about nobody else. Like, I have to we have to remember that at the same time, these are people too. And if we magnify their lives so much, it's
Right.
like you making yours so microscopic that you
Right.
magnify somebody's life that you don't even know. Is
Mm-hmm.
that means you got a lot of time on your hands, and we can't even hold conversation because your brain is not where mine's at.
And they're
Like,
not even in our tax
we
bracket.
can't sit together and do this.
I
That can't.
can't even afford to talk about them.
Hello, exactly. Exactly. So I appreciate that you bringing that back. That you bring that every time that you do something, because that's what's absolutely needed. I wanted to talk to you about the Supermom's mission.
Mm-hmm.
I know that that's something that you're working on. I know that, as I said, I'm gonna bring it up because I need Juneteenth Lunch and Learn to get some exclusive. Uh,
Yes.
you talk to us about that. What the Supermom mission is, and what does that future look like with that?
So, Supermom Mission is basically an organization that I created again from experience. Even though my pregnancy was difficult, I have a lot of support. Like, I have a big support system. My son, both sides of his family, big support system, right? And there's people that don't have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people that don't have that. I've spoke to so many women where it's literally like, they had a child born, the father just left. They don't have that side of the family. They don't have any food for their kid. They don't even have a stroller. They don't have nothing.
Yeah,
And it's like, I just thought about it because I'm like, I'm so blessed. Granted, yes, I'm sad at the moment, things didn't work out. I'm co-parenting all this. But on the flip side, my
yeah,
son doesn't want for anything. You know what I'm saying? He has all this family that does for him. It could have been different. It could have went a different way. So with Supermom mission, I just wanted to help moms that, they don't have certain again.
so I gotta ask you. I know you have the Super Moms Mission. First of all, I love that. I want you to tell us about that. Tell us what's upcoming for that. What can we expect, and what is the Super Mom Mission all about?
Okay. Supermom Mission is basically an organization that I started, and it's basically to help moms, not only help them with certain things, whether they don't have food for their kid, clothes, strollers, different things like that, but also mental help. I'm partnering with organizations in that sense as well, because again, motherhood can really take a toll on your mental, like we talked about earlier, self care. I'm going to be providing different things for the mothers with self care. So, Supermom Mission Inc. is kind of just about overall being support for mothers, whether it's expecting mothers, new mothers, or mothers that have been mothers for years. And I started that because one day I just sat back and thought about how blessed I was and how blessed my
Yes.
child is, because I have a major support system, both sides of his family. You know what I'm saying? They help me out a lot, and I talk to a lot of women, and a lot of women don't have that. And when I listen to these stories, it's like crazy. I just can't imagine, like, you're having a kid, the father just leaves, and you never hear from the father. You don't have anything. You couldn't have a baby shower because you don't have family, you don't have friends, and you don't have money to buy your children anything that they need. Like, I couldn't imagine that. So I wanted to help women, you know what I'm saying, that need help. And that's what Supermom Mission Inc. is all about. And I do have something coming up in May that I'm going to do something for mothers. It's going to be like a huge give back for mothers. You already know I'm going to hit you up and see,
Come
you
on.
got to be available that day. So,
Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure. Um, in real time, what are you most proud of?
my sanity.
Ah,
For real.
yeah.
Um, Honestly, I am proud of being a mom. Um, that's like my biggest accomplishment to me. Like, I was joking but not joking about my sanity because I really went through it.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud of being a mom. I pride myself on being a good mom. I
Yes.
I don't take it for granted. And yeah, because it's very, very hard. And I still do what I have to do. And I just keep it pushing. Um, because real talk, I told you, but it's like I left home Tuesday morning. I didn't get back until last night at 12 at night. And that's because I was working
Mhm.
back to back to back. And I hadn't obviously seen my kid in person because I was working back to back to back to back. And even today, like, I got home last night. I didn't go to bed until late. I woke up, took my kid to school, had to come back to do this. So it's like, I'm very proud to be a mom because not for nothing, it's like women are amazing.
Oh my God, the sacrifice, um, and how we make it look so easy
Yeah.
is something that I don't think we get enough credit for.
No,
And not even that I don't even think that we look for the credit because it's just
no,
supernatural ability to just do. We don't, it's not something that we think about. We just get it done because it
you
has
just
to,
do it.
and that within itself make us like, superwoman with the capes every day. And I was just talking on the way to the event that I'm about to do, which is about to highlight women in business and a women's conference. And I said, in preparing for our interview today and preparing for the event, I said, what I think we often, leave out of the preparation of like really explaining how it's done is the amount of faith that everything takes, and the amount of belief that It's 90% that, but the 10% of us putting in the work, that makes it all come together. But just
Yeah.
us, that we can do it and that we will do it, and that my child is not going to go without. I'm not even thinking about what they're going to do if they don't have, if they
Yeah.
don't, not an option, because they gotta have, I gotta do
Yeah.
this. So I think that as women, that's just something that we do, and we do it effortlessly. So again, I commend you on that. And it's not easy, it's never going to be easy, but
Mhm.
footwork and being able to balance all of the things that you're balancing, your own business, your own your own entertainment company, and still working, and still showing up to be a mom every day, and still, like, that's something that's tremendous. So
It's funny story. I just want to say this because throughout all this this entertainment industry experience, I've always had a 9 to 5,
mhm,
maybe even two,
mhm,
right? And I these people see me at events and stuff, and they don't even know I have a 9 to 5. Like when I tell people that, they think, oh, this is supporting, me and my kid. No, I'm not there yet. But I do, yeah, I have a 9 to 5, and I still, I chase my dream and I do what I have to do until I don't have a 9 to 5, but
yeah,
I still do. And it's like, I will tell anybody, if you're chasing a dream, whatever it be, even if it's not in entertainment, and you still have to have that 9 to 5, you need to work on that 9 to 5, but don't neglect your business,
mhm,
because, and it's so hard, but don't neglect your business because you're so tired from working for the other people. You have to put just as much, if more, time and work in your own brand. So that's, and that's something I had to learn how to do, because I would be so tired working my 9 to 5, trying to, make my money to support me and my child. But it's like, I'm not going to get anywhere, and I'm not going to, have my own business thrive and stuff if I don't put in the work, because I'm tired from working with these people. So it's like you have to give, and again, it's hard, but you have to work very hard in your own business, harder than you're working for someone else. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck working for somebody else. It is what it is. And just a quick example, years ago, I was working in a lab overnight, okay? And I had an assignment to go to Philly, right? Because they were having this big event, and it was for like a charity that Meek Mill worked for. And well, it was his charity, I believe. And, I go to this event, took the train to Philly, go to this event. I have flicking it up, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, all this stuff, posting these pictures on my social media. Had
mhm.
to get back on a train, go back to work at this lab overnight. Now, as soon as I get there, one of my coworkers that happened to be on my social media says, "What are you doing here? I just seen you in pictures with Rick Ross and Meek Mill. Like, what are you doing here?" Hello, because I need to make money. Like, I'm not rich off of that yet. So I'm gonna grind, but at the same time, this is my money. So I have to still come here and act like I wasn't just flicking it up, eating Philly cheesesteaks and stuff.
Listen, listen, like I said, we make it look
And
easy.
that's the real, like, that's how it is. It's really,
Yes, yes, but that's just you couldn't have said it any better. That's how it go. You gotta show up, and you gotta do what you have to do until you can fully do what you want to do, and that's perfect example for that. We are the perfect example for that. Few more questions before I let you go. Um, what is, or rather, who is your favorite hip hop artist?
my favorite hip hop artist, and I have a few, but I will always be obsessed with Little Kim.
Okay.
Like, I just like, I love her. Like, she's confidence, her style. She's from my favorite borough,
Come
Brooklyn.
come on.
I feel like I always say, and my friends say it too, like, I feel like I should have been born in Brooklyn because I'm rapping so hard. You would think I'm from Brooklyn.
We
Um,
accept you. We
but
accept you. We accept,
now my kid, he half Brooklyn, so it's cool.
we
But
accept you. Yes.
yeah, yeah, she's a Cancer. Like, she's just everything. I love her. I'm so totally obsessed. So yeah, I'll go with Little Kim. I could rock Little Kim music all day.
Yes, definitely. Um, what is the significance of Women's History Month, particularly with Black women? I feel like we just kind of touched on that, but if you could give us a brief, what do you think is most significant of about Women's History Month, particularly when we talk about Black women?
Um, yeah, like we said earlier, I just think overall women, especially Black women, are just amazing. They're very, very strong. Um, I've just seen Black women go through so much, and they always prevail and they always get through it. And it's crazy because we could be going through the most horrible times, and most of the times you will never know it. Black
Yep,
women can be sick and you
yep,
will never know it. Okay.
yep,
So, Black women are just amazing,
yeah,
amazing creatures. And that's another reason why, I love working with Black women. Like, you're going to see my Black woman DJ, my Black woman photographer, my Black woman videographer, like, I like to surround myself because they're strong and they're amazing and they
yeah.
just keep going no matter what life brings them. They just keep going.
All the value. We are the value. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Um, last question. What are well, it's kind of a three-part question, but you could give me whatever answer that you have. What is one thing you feel you owe yourself now? What's one thing you feel you owe yourself later? And what's one thing you feel you owe yourself one day?
It's the same answer for all three. Happiness.
Yes.
I Yeah, I sacrificed my happiness for years.
Mhm.
And I'm 36 years old, be 37 this year, and I've always put other things before my happiness, right? And I actually saw an interview yesterday that Ray J had with the Breakfast Club, and he said that he believes that you should put your children's happiness before yours. And all of them there were telling him they disagree, like, you shouldn't. And that was, like, basically his explanation of why he was prolonging his divorce. Now he's getting a divorce, but he said that's why, because he felt like he should put his children's happiness before his own happiness.
Right.
So he should stay there even though he wasn't happy, because that's what made his children happy. And I don't agree with that either.
Mhm.
And that's why now, including that was why the decision we decided to co-parent too, because we obviously weren't happy. But
Mhm.
you have to put your happiness first. I can't be a good mom if my son doesn't have a happy, sane mom. Like, I
Yeah.
can't be good to him
Yeah.
if I'm going through it.
Yeah.
So I have to do things to help my sanity and help my happiness so that I can show up the way I need for him.
Yeah.
So now I'm making a very, very conscious effort towards my happiness and doing things that make me happy. Ever since I was younger, I would do things to make other people happy, even if it put me in a space where I wasn't happy, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
So now, from the past, present, future, it's happiness for me. That's most important.
It's because I'm happy. I'm with
Q
it.
Pharrell.
And that is real. That's absolutely, everything you just said. It resonates so well because we often do put other people happiness, especially our kids, before us. But in order for us to be our best selves, we have to be 100%, good within ourselves for us to be able to pour into them. So I agree with you on that 1,000%. Before we get out of here, let me talk to, as I'm talking to an entrepreneur here, let me talk to the other entrepreneurs that may be watching this, all the other business owners. We have an opportunity for you. We have a vendor information session coming up March 27th. Okay, that's at 7 p.m. Another vendor information session, social media marketing session. It will be all the information that you need, because guess what? Juneteenth is coming up. June 14th to the 19th. You have to be a part of this 15th annual Juneteenth celebration. And I see that we have some, if you come, okay, here we go. We got some exciting incentives this week. If you come and you register and you pay on March 27th, guess what? You'll receive a $50 discount on your rate as a vendor. Okay, let me say that again. A $50 discount on your rate as a vendor. If you haven't done it yet, please tap in. March 27th. The festival is June 14th to the 16th. Okay, so make sure you tap in with that. And shout out to Athenia. That is her birthday treat to us. Okay, so shout out to her for that. And lastly, for all of my fashion models, all of my models who have that style, can we get the fashion up on the screen? March 23rd to the 24th, we have a casting call that is from 12 to 3 p.m. The deadline is April 1st. Okay, so make sure if you got the hair, you got the makeup, you're an artist and you're helping people out, please tap into these things. Go to our website, JuneteenthNY.com, and check out all of these things. The deadline for the application for the hair and makeup, I believe, is April 30th. So make sure you tap in with that. And Quay, back to you. This has been, I can sit and talk to you for hours because we chop it up and we talk about.
We got stuff to do, MBG, today.
Yes.
We got stuff to do.
Things to do today, but I appreciate your time. I appreciate your transparency always. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Story. Quay said, Amber, I don't like the time. I'm like, girl, I on them interviews. You gonna get over here.
It's the irony. I can interview you, but I don't like to be interviewed. I don't like to talk. But for you, I'll do anything.
I appreciate it. Love you for free. This has been amazing. And Juneteenth, make sure you tap in. Please tell them where they can find you, Quay, and where they can tap in with you.
At Quay the Star on Instagram. It ain't Twitter no more, X. And areyoustarstruck.com.
Yes. Get with my girl. Make sure you follow me on everything at Forever MBG on everything. Make sure you visit my social media at Forever MBG. Make sure you tap in while I had a praying grandmother and visit that website.
Yes.
Shop. And that's all until next week. We out of here, Quay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We out of here. Another great episode.
Yes.
Next week. What's going on, Juneteenth family?
I have to take the lead because if I don't now, when will I do it?
These are all dance groups, mixes from since 90.
And risks are important. Risk creates results.
Make sure that you surround yourself with not only the word, but with positivity.
Foremost for having me on for Lunch and Learn.
We start off by wearing all of the hats. Pun intended right there. All hats. We start special needs children and civilians. I have over 30 years plus experience as a quality professional.
We basically reconstructing what we took part in deconstruct. All the street maintenance. That's how we came up with street maintenance.
I almost had to deal with MCA Records at the age of 19.
Wait a minute. I also partner with other daycares. We're not in a competition yet. We're not in a competition.